Portugal entered the knockout stage under enormous pressure after an inconsistent group campaign, while Croatia arrived full of confidence following consecutive victories over Panama and Ghana. With Spain already waiting in the round of 16, both teams knew only victory would keep their World Cup dreams alive. From the opening whistle in Toronto, the intensity was evident. Croatia threatened first through Ante Budimir, forcing Diogo Costa into an early save, before Portugal responded immediately as Rafael Leao burst forward to set up Bruno Fernandes, whose powerful strike was brilliantly denied by Dominik Livakovic. The opening exchanges were played at a relentless pace, with neither side willing to sit back. Portugal gradually established control through possession as João Neves and Vitinha dictated the tempo, while Bruno Fernandes drifted between Croatia's midfield and defense looking for space. João Cancelo repeatedly surged forward from right back, and Leao constantly stretched Croatia with his pace down the left. Cristiano Ronaldo, making history by becoming the first player ever to appear in a World Cup knockout match at the age of 41, looked determined to leave his mark. Several dangerous crosses flashed across the 6-yard box, but neither Ronaldo nor Fernandes could apply the finishing touch. Croatia defended with discipline while patiently waiting for counter-attacking opportunities through Luka Modric, Mateo Kovacic, and Martin Baturina. Fernandes continued creating chances, forcing another outstanding save from Livakovic, while Renato Veiga, João Neves, and Leao all came close before halftime. Despite Portugal dominating possession, creating nearly one expected goal, and controlling the majority of attacking play, Croatia somehow survived every wave of pressure. The teams entered halftime level at 0-0, though Portugal looked the more likely side to eventually break through. Croatia emerged for the second half with renewed belief after Zlatko Dalic introduced Igor Matanovic, whose physical presence immediately transformed their attack. Within minutes, Kovacic forced Costa into another excellent save before Nikola Vlasic fired narrowly wide. Portugal suddenly looked unsettled, and Croatia's pressure finally paid off in the 53rd minute. Josip Stanisic delivered an excellent cross that Matanovic cleverly flicked toward the far post, where Ivan Perisic controlled calmly before drilling a low finish beyond Costa to give Croatia a deserved 1-0 lead. Portugal attempted to respond immediately, but Croatia almost doubled their advantage when Matanovic found the net only for the offside flag to deny him. Moments later, Rafael Leao came within inches of equalizing as his magnificent curling effort crashed against the crossbar, while Costa produced another outstanding save to deny Petar Sucic at the other end. Realizing the game was slipping away, Roberto Martinez made 4 attacking substitutions at once, introducing Bernardo Silva, Francisco Conceição, Gonçalo Ramos, and Nelson Semedo. The changes immediately increased Portugal's urgency, and their persistence was rewarded when VAR spotted Nikola Vlasic pulling Renato Veiga inside the penalty area during a corner. After reviewing the incident, the referee awarded a penalty. Cristiano Ronaldo stepped forward under immense pressure and calmly blasted his effort straight down the middle to score his very first goal in a World Cup knockout match, finally ending one of the few remaining records missing from his legendary career and bringing Portugal level at 1-1. The equalizer completely transformed the match into an end-to-end battle. Croatia refused to retreat, with Kovacic striking the post from distance before Costa somehow produced another spectacular save from the rebound. Mario Pasalic then headed narrowly wide after another brilliant Modric delivery, while Portugal continued attacking through Leao and Conceição. Ronaldo believed he had completed the comeback after finishing brilliantly from João Cancelo's cross, but another extremely tight offside decision ruled out what would have been a historic goal. Croatia also had a goal disallowed moments later when Petar Sucic finished confidently after racing through on goal, only for the assistant referee's flag to deny him. As fatigue set in, the match became increasingly chaotic. Croatia relied on Matanovic's aerial presence, while Portugal repeatedly looked to Leao's explosive pace on the counterattack. With normal time almost over, Martinez made the emotional decision to substitute Ronaldo, perhaps marking the final World Cup appearance of one of football's greatest players. 10 minutes of stoppage time ensured one final chapter of drama. Croatia missed a glorious opportunity when Mario Pasalic headed agonizingly wide after another superb Modric pass. Portugal punished that miss moments later. Renato Veiga spotted Leao racing into open space down the left, and the winger delivered a sensational curling cross into the penalty area. Gonçalo Ramos timed his leap perfectly, rising between 2 defenders before powering a magnificent header into the top corner to give Portugal a dramatic 2-1 lead deep into stoppage time. Toronto erupted as Portugal celebrated what seemed destined to become the winning goal, yet Croatia refused to surrender. Ivan Perisic launched one final hopeful cross into the box, Matanovic managed the slightest flick, Mario Pasalic became involved at the far post, and Joško Gvardiol smashed home from close range, sparking wild celebrations as Croatia believed they had rescued an extraordinary equalizer. However, VAR once again became the center of attention. After several agonizing minutes of review, officials ruled that Matanovic's slight touch had placed Pasalic in an offside position before Gvardiol eventually scored. The goal was disallowed, crushing Croatia's hopes and triggering furious protests from players and supporters alike. Moments later, the final whistle confirmed Portugal's unforgettable 2-1 victory. Ronaldo finally scored his first ever World Cup knockout goal. Gonçalo Ramos delivered a dramatic stoppage time winner. Rafael Leao produced the decisive assist, and Roberto Martinez's side booked a blockbuster round of 16 showdown against Spain. Croatia, after producing one of the tournament's bravest performances and coming within inches of forcing extra time, left the World Cup heartbroken as VAR denied them a miraculous late equalizer in one of the most dramatic matches of the competition. Portugal's dramatic victory will be remembered as one of the most emotional matches of the 2026 World Cup. For nearly 90 minutes, Croatia matched them in determination, discipline, and resilience. Luka Modric controlled long spells of midfield. Perisic produced another outstanding World Cup performance with a goal and constant attacking threat, while Livakovic once again demonstrated why he remains one of the tournament's finest goalkeepers. Croatia came within inches of eliminating one of Europe's biggest favorites and looked to have completed an astonishing comeback deep into stoppage time. However, football can often be decided by the smallest details. VAR's offside decision denied Josko Gvardiol what would have been one of the latest equalizers in World Cup history, leaving Croatia heartbroken after producing a performance worthy of far greater reward. For Portugal, the night represented far more than simply qualification. Roberto Martinez watched his side struggle to convert possession into goals for long periods, yet unlike previous tournaments, they refused to panic. The substitutions completely transformed the game. Bernardo Silva added composure. Francisco Conceição injected fresh energy. Goncalo Ramos delivered the decisive winning header, while Rafael Leao produced the unforgettable cross that ultimately separated the teams. Cristiano Ronaldo also created history by finally scoring his first ever goal in a World Cup knockout match from the penalty spot. Although it was not the spectacular strike many imagined, it carried enormous emotional significance for a player appearing in a record 6th World Cup. At 41 years old, Ronaldo once again demonstrated his ability to deliver when Portugal needed him most. Statistically, Portugal controlled much of the contest, dominating possession, creating more clear opportunities, and forcing Livakovic into several crucial saves. Croatia remained dangerous through quick transitions and nearly punished Portugal multiple times, striking the woodwork while forcing Diogo Costa into several outstanding interventions. The match became a tactical battle, an emotional roller coaster, and finally one of the tournament's greatest knockout classics. Now an even greater challenge awaits. Portugal advanced to face Spain in an all-Iberian round of 16 showdown between two of Europe's biggest football powers. Spain arrived full of confidence after their convincing victory over Austria, while Portugal carried priceless momentum after surviving one of the tournament's most dramatic finishes. With Ronaldo extending his World Cup journey, Yamal dazzling for Spain, and both nations dreaming of lifting football's greatest prize, the stage is perfectly set for one of the most anticipated matches of the 2026 FIFA World Cup. And forcing Livakovic into several crucial saves. Croatia remained dangerous through quick transitions and nearly punished Portugal multiple times, striking the woodwork while forcing Diogo Costa into several outstanding interventions. The match became a tactical battle, an emotional roller coaster, and finally one of the tournament's greatest knockout classics. Now an even greater challenge awaits. Portugal advanced to face Spain in an all-Iberian round of 16 showdown between two of Europe's biggest football powers. Spain arrived full of confidence after their convincing victory over Austria, while Portugal carried priceless momentum after surviving one of the tournament's most dramatic finishes. With Ronaldo extending his World Cup journey, Yamal dazzling for Spain, and both nations dreaming of lifting football's greatest prize, the stage is perfectly set for one of the most anticipated matches of the 2026 FIFA World Cup.